Tomorrow we got United in Movement workout 7. So the last workout. So we did 7 days, 7 workouts, 1 workout per day. Some of them got pretty hard, like today with the thrusters. So we're just about done, so just hang tight. Tomorrow we have a 10-minute AMRAP. For the compete division is a 2, 4, 6, 8. So keep adding 2 reps after every cycle of single arm alternating devil's press, 50-pound dumbbell, dumbbells again, and 35 for ladies. And after that we got 30 double unders. The Move Hard division, and by the way, this is not a scale division, right? Like the Move Hard is meant to be an RX, but for those that have no gear. So it's the rep scheme change. So 1, 2, 3. So I had one every round of wall climbs. This will be hard. I think this will be harder than the compete division. I know that the name says compete. It seems like more advanced, whatever, but it's just equipment based. So I think the Move Hard, even the clapping push-ups, would have been extremely hard the other day compared to the other movement in the compete. And the Just Move division, they're an inchworm push-up into single unders or ops. So I'll go over the devil's press, the alternating one. So meaning that on the switch you have to switch hands somewhere. So single arm means you're gonna go with one dumbbell. You're gonna go with hand on dumbbell, so your hand has to be on the dumbbell at all time. You're gonna go down into a burpee, come back up, and then swing the dumbbell overhead. You can switch down, switching arms on the fly, and then go like this. You can go between the legs to swing up. It has to be in one smooth motion. And it doesn't say if you can or cannot do a jerk to catch it. So I'll assume that you can. So if that weight is a little bit more challenging for you, I would do that little jerk, that little re-dip to get under it. So a little bit easier to finish that lockout and finish the movement. So alternate, so you're gonna do 2, do your double unders, and then 4 double unders, and then 6 double unders, all the way to 10 minutes. I won't do the demo for the wall climb here because I just don't have the setup, but you have to start with your feet and your chest into a push-up position at the start. So your chest is touching, and you're gonna press up and walking your feet up the wall and get your hands closer to the wall until you are in line with the wall with your chest touching the wall, right? So you can kind of cheat your way into opening your shoulders to make contact, but chest means sternum to the wall, and then you're gonna come down. So there's no standard on the way down as to where your hands has to be before you bring your feet down. So that was a standard at the Festivus Games a while back, where you had a line on the wall that you had on the ground that you had to pass before your feet can come down. So I think that was a great standard for that. Otherwise, people can just kick down whatever ways they want. So anyway, if you do that, you're just gonna do more reps, right? So it's not so much about the standard, but just something to consider. The Just Move division is an inchworm into a push-up, right? So you're gonna walk your hands down, push up, and then walk your way up to a standing position. And then you're gonna do hops, 30 of those, or single unders. Right, so there's not much to it. Review the standards before you perform the workouts. There's no judging for this. So if you're signed up and your score is on the leaderboard, you are somewhat accountable to your performance, right? So movement standards important, counting your reps important. I know it's hard when you don't have a judge. It's so easy to lose track, and I think for most of us, you have to find ways. Let's say today, like the thrusters, you had 150 of those. You're counting your burpees, counting your reps. It's pretty easy to miscount a couple. So video your performance, right? Like if you're on Zoom, you can ask the coach to help out with the counting, or keep track with your reps with having a piece of paper. And let's say you've completed 25 thrusters, you write down 25 on that piece of paper. So that way it's a little bit easier to keep track that way. But if you video your workouts, then you can watch it after and count your reps, judge yourself, and see where you could improve, right? Maybe your range of motion is not full lockout on top, maybe your dumbbell's a bit off, right? So it's all about getting better. It's not about putting anybody on the spot, but yeah, it's all about getting better and finding ways to be better, right? And we're just announcing the remote coaching. So if you're not familiar with what it is, let's say I'm your coach for remote coaching. You're watching this video and you're like, man, like I don't know, what should I do? I'm limited with my equipment. What should I use for this? What kind of weight? Then just fire me an email and then I'll just reply back and give you some tips and how to be better. And for the most part, I know all of you, so I would be able to assist you with your needs, personal limitations, and whatever, right? Like there is no excuses. Like whatever your limitations are, there's ways around it, right? Like it's important to focus on what you can do versus what you can't. If you focus on what you can't do, you'll find ways to just not do anything, right? Like it's too easy to not do it. But if your ankle is busted, I would say like be the best at doing handstand push-ups and pull-ups and muscle ups and whatever you can do with your upper body, right? Their limitations will make you improve in other aspects of your fitness, right? Like you might, it's just adapting. So anyway, that's the remote coaching. I invite you guys to read the email that we just sent out, and we invite all of you to use it because it's part of your membership. We don't have a gym, but we technically and basically offer more than what we did before. So please use our services. Like we're here for you, and we want to make you fitter and better, and like make the best use of that time. We all have a hard time. It's all different for us. If you look behind me, this is our gym. Yes, we're at the gym quite a bit, but we do a lot of renovations and fixing things and making things better for when we come back. But this is basically where we train. With I do the same workouts as you guys, so yeah, it's just what it is, and I quite enjoy it. So it's all good. That's it for now. 8 minutes. I'll try to keep those under 10. If you have any questions, just ask. Boom.